Already, you know it. Top everything, you know it. King already, you know it. My body, soul got a king body. Body gon' shine, bling, bling body. Calling all the shots, ring, ring body.
Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while. Thank you guys so much for coming. In today's video, you already read the title, so you already know I'm going to be sharing with you guys some tips on how to pass your road test and also a life update. I did pass and I'm super excited about that. So I'm just going to be sharing with you guys some tips and tricks how to pass your road test. So number one, with everything, be prepared. You can't be over prepared. You can't be too prepared for anything. If you watch my immigration video, you would have heard me say like, I am misprepare, prepare. So I'll go above and beyond. I'll have documents that I don't even think they need ready. So just in case they ask for it, I have it. It's better to have it and don't need it than for you to need it and then you don't have it. So be prepared, and whatever that means for you, go ahead and do that. So for me, I went ahead, even though it's not necessary, I went ahead and purchased lessons. So actual driving lessons. My husband was teaching me, and I did have friends teach me here and there, but nothing serious, since they're not a teacher, so they might not know how to tell you to do something properly, or they might know how to do it but they don't know how to instruct you or how to walk you through doing it yourself. It's a little bit costly, but I would prefer to spend the money and know that I did this thing one time and pass. That's one aspect of being prepared. The second aspect of being prepared is practice. Do a lot of practice until you feel comfortable. So go to a secluded area and practice. Do a lot of practice. You want to practice your K-turn, you want to practice your parallel parking, and just how to make turns comfortably, hand over hand steering, all that stuff. You just want to practice being in the car and being comfortable and being confident. Another aspect of being prepared is you want to make sure that you have a vehicle that is the type of vehicle that is allowed to do your driving exams. I'm not sure what your state requirement is. I'm not 100% sure, but there are certain standards. The vehicle has to be up to standards. You want to read in your state what that requirement is, and I also believe that you can't just go ahead and rent a car in somebody else's name. It has to be in your name, so if something happens, you're responsible for it and all that stuff. So you want to go ahead and be prepared for that. So that's it on being prepared, and whatever else being prepared means for you, you want to go ahead and do the second tip. You want to find out what type of learner you are and what's the best way for you to practice or for you to get it down pat. So for me, I know that I need to understand what I'm doing, exactly why it is I'm doing it a certain way, like measurements. I need to understand all of that. That's for me. I can't just say, okay, you're going to look for this, look for that, and then do it. I need to understand why it is I'm doing it. That's how I've always been. I always question everything, so I need to know every little detail. My driving instructor, he realized that about me, so he broke it down. He got like a little miniature cars and that, and he showed me the math of it, and he broke it down to show me why it is I was doing what I was doing, why it is when you make certain turns, this happens with the car and it turns certain degrees and all of that. So that's for me. You want to know, okay, am I somebody that can just sit down and watch a video and do it? Or do I need to be practical? Do I need to go in the car? Do I need to practice several times? Do I just need to hear them tell me what to do and then do it? Or you want to know that about yourself. So you need to find out, what do you need in order for you to get this down pat. It's not about the person's teaching style, because you can teach me and say what you're saying, but if I'm not that type of learner or grasping it in that way, it doesn't make any sense and you're going to fail. So you want to find out what type of learner you are, and ask the person, can you show it to me this way? And I promise you, after you do that, you're going to be good. There's going to be nothing to worry about because you're being taught the way how you learn. That's just what. Third tip: do not psych yourself out. Do not psych yourself out. Let's look at it this way. It's not a test. It's not a driving test. It's them wanting you to demonstrate what you know. So if you have been prepared, you know your learning style, and you ask a person to teach you the way how you learn, then you should be good. When you're going into the test, you should be good. So don't psych yourself out. Just try to relax, stay calm, stay positive, and just demonstrate, examine what you already know, because you would have learned. You're practicing your K-turns, your parallel park, how to steer, how to your different, how to start the vehicle, all of that, just how to maneuver the vehicle. So that's what you're going to be showing the examiner, that hey, I know how to operate a vehicle, I know how to do turns, I know how to signal, I know how to do all of this. Alright, so that's number 3, don't psych yourself. 4, and this is more on the spiritual side, do some manifestation. Do some manifestation. So if you're like, if you believe in the law of attraction and just like manifesting things, then you can use that to manifest you passing the exam. So what I went ahead and did was started looking at what my car is going to be. Find your dream car, or not your dream car, but a car that you fancy, and say, hey, this is the car that I'm going to be driving after I pass my test. And you start talking positively about it. Hey, I'm going to pass my test. This is what I'm going to be driving. This is what's going to be happening after I pass my test. You want to start talking in future. Like, hey, when I get out, I'm going to be going to the DMV and I'm going to sign my documents, and you want to just visualize yourself already in your car, already passing your test. And trust me, that does something. It does something in the universe, like it brings it to you, and also does something for you psychologically. So you already have a sense of peace knowing that, hey, you've tricked your mind into believing that, hey, I can do this thing and I'm going to be doing this thing. That's tip number 4. Do some manifestation already. Pick out your car and just start talking like, hey, I already passed it and this is what I'm going to be doing. Number 5 and the last tip, and this is very, very important. Well, all of them are important, but I would say definitely if you're able to do this one, go ahead and do it. You want to go to the location of your test. You want to see what the road is like, and just, if you can, because some locations I know you can't do any practice there, if you can, do a practice run through the course, and you should be fine. To be practicing now and pretending like you're driving that same course, and be like, hey, I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to go around here, I'm going to come here, and I'm going to go in, I'm going to parallel park this way, I'm going to K-turn out like this, all of that. So you want to go to the actual driving course if you can, if you know your location, and you would have, because you'd have passed your written test, and then they would have told you where you're going to go for your exam. Go there if you can. Take maybe 2 trips, or a trip should be good enough, and just go through it. Maybe a day after they're done, 5-6 o'clock in the evening, or maybe on a Sunday, and just go to the course and see what it's like, and do a couple run throughs, and maybe even go there and sit and watch somebody practice or do their driving test, and use that as your guide. Alright, so good luck on your exam, good luck on your test. If you've passed the written test, it's the same type of thing, just preparation and all of that, and you should be fine. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video.